Well, hello there everyone. Welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily, and today we're here at Brockenhurst. No signs in sight, but I do promise this is Brockenhurst. In 2014, they used a Class 158 for a shuttle survey, the shuttle service to Lymmington Pier, and I thought today we could substitute in a Class 159 because we'll never ever get to drive those in the sim. So what we'll do, we'll get our cab ready, release the doors. I'm going to set up our destination blind. I'm not actually sure this has Lymmington Pier on it, so we'll see if it does. Probably doesn't, knowing my luck. It does not appear to. Okay, we'll just say it is special then. Oh no, we've got Lymmington Pier. There you go. Alright, so we will put the cab ready. Yep, so that's done, that's done. We'll do my tail lamps off, headlamps on, and then do my head code. I am 1 Juliet 13. And I'm not actually sure what my next signals thingy is, so I'll double check that. That is signal number 13. It's Brockenhurst number 13, so it's 0, 1, 3. And we'll log in with that. There you go. So that's all logged in. That is the cab of the 159 setup. We can't see the signal, so we'll leave the DRA set because we don't know what signal it's set. You can't see the green from here. And you can see this is, so basically the line that we're on today is the Lymmington Pier branch. So we start here at Brockenhurst, go down to Lymmington Town, and then the short distance to Lymmington Pier, where the train connects to the ferry service to the Isle of Wight. So yeah, apart from that, there's not much really to do other than to wait the couple of more moments for our doors to be closed and locked, and we'll be out of here. Let's do it. So, the Class 159 are Sprinter units built at W at Church Lane as Class 158 for entering traffic. The original 22 units were modified at Rosyth Dockyard in Scotland to operate services from London Waterloo to Salisbury and Exeter St David's, replacing various local haul passenger trains. They originally branded by Network South East as the South Western Turbo. In the late 1980s, the locomotive hauled stock on the West of England routes was getting really tired and needed replacing. It was 50s and Class 33s which failed quite frequently. So they wanted something more reliable, which was something like the 158 series. No, it was still waiting for the off. I thought I heard the doors click there for a second, and I just was like, have I lost my mind? So accidents and incidents, there was in 2010 142 collided with two 159s at Exeter St David's. 9 people were injured, and on the 31st of October 2021, 159 102 collided with a Great Western 158 at Fisherton Tunnel in Salisbury, with one driver sustaining life-changing injuries. The units were dedicated to the West of England sector of Network South East, operating services from London Waterloo and Exeter. They worked services between Salisbury and Southampton and on the Basingstoke line, replacing elderly DEMUs. They were then transferred to South West Trains Shadow franchise in readiness for privatisation. Upon the privatisation of British Rail, the West of England routes passed to South West Trains franchise, which was run by Stagecoach starting in 2000. There we go. So DRA, next signal could be red, so proceed at caution. Reverser goes forward, notch 3 of power. Just a bit of roll back there, that was on me. So start speed is 35 miles an hour, so that's probably the speed we're going to go up to because we'll sight the signal in sufficient time to brake for it if it is a red. We know it's not, but yeah, there you go. So you can see it's a green aspect, so we're going to accelerate up to 35 miles per hour. So technically this area here is a 60, but the speed limit drops really quite shortly. So yes, currently, past Stagecoach starting in 2000. and then progressively refurbished and repainted from the NSC livery into the Southwest Trains Express livery. Basically, this livery here. Well, this is the modern version of said livery. Other post-privatisation modifications include LED destination displays, upgraded AC, and more openable windows. So there's our 45, so I'm just going to step 1 to 35, and we'll leave it there. Currently, the 159s operate mainly from Waterloo and Salisbury and Exeter in 6 2x159s, 8 159s and 158 or 9 3 159 coach formations, and between Salisbury and Exeter in 3 or 6 coach formations. Until the 2009 timetable change, some trains continue beyond Exeter to Paignton, Plymouth and Penzance. These usually operate as 3 coach units. Throughout the weekend, there were 6 coach formations. These services are now operated by Great Western Railway. The services to Bristol Temple Meads are now in the hands of the Class 159s. That's actually been handed back, so to speak, as well. Since 2006, the original 159 Flip Train 2 has been supplemented by 8 3-coach 158s and 11 2-coach 158s. Decision to standardise on 158s and 159s allowed the 9 170s to be transferred to other operators. 8 went to TransPennine and the rest going to Southern to integration to 171s. So I am keeping my eye out for a 60 post. Yeah. It's actually quite a nice screenshot angle there, so I'm just going to really quick grab this screenshot. That's a thumbnail. So I could have done this on the 411, but I'm actually hoping to do a bigger video of the Class 411. So I thought this would be a good one to do, where we can, just actually bring a 159 out on a run that a 159's quite recently done. Well, 8 years ago, but still, the year's 2014. Ooh, the iPhone 3's still considered a good phone. Hang on, how many things that happened in 2014? Sochi Olympics, the Ukrainian Revolution, shortly thereafter. I'm just going to gun it because I know we can go up to 60 now. Russian annexes Crimea. MH370 vanishes. IS decides that Daesh decides that they're becoming a thing. Ebola. The first independence referendum, lol, for Scotland. So you're just going to gun it and get up to 60 on this section now. But yeah, so you can see the 159 cab, pretty simple really. You've got your headlight main points to look at because you've not got a long journey today. You've got your headlight controls, your brake cylinder, main reservoir. You've got your speedometer, GSMR radio, throttle, 4-step reverser, AWS reset, and your 2-tone horn. You've got your windscreen wipers and a Westcote 3-step brake. I always get really nervous going down here at 60 for some reason. I'm not really sure quite why that is. You've also got your DRA and your AWS Sunflower. That's the main points to look at in this cab. The stuff that you'll use in sort of daily operation. You saw nothing. I'm just going to continue down here at 50. I want to keep the speed quite high, just, because we're literally, I've got the throttle fully out now, we're just coasting. We're just using the hills to, to reduce the amount of energy you have to use. Because really, if you're doing this in electric multiple unit at this stage, your only power draw is going to be your sort of standard requirements to keep the unit running, if that makes sense. So AC, brake cylinder, so brake compressors, stuff like that. But apart from that, you're not using any power on this section, which I always find quite cool. I'm just got, 45. To be honest, we are still going to we can very easily keep time on this route. Dropping 5 miles an hour in a section is nothing to be too concerned about. If I was to search up the train I used for this, which is 1 Juliet 13, I can let you know the time we're due to arrive at. As a permanent caution, that signals are green. No, no concerns there. So we are due to arrive in Lymmington town at 9:07. There we go, so I'm going to go step 3 because we are braking a little bit late there. Just need to get that speed to wash off to 20. And then we can just coast into Lymmington town here. Giving you a time check within 5 seconds of time. Bear in mind as well, we are doing this on a diesel multiple unit, not an electric, so our acceleration characteristics are just worse. Three cars stopping on the 4-car markers. There we go. So yeah, apart from that, so this is the first video I've actually recorded on my new desk, which is so much nicer. It's a much bigger, it's a much deeper desk. So I don't feel as, and it's on 2 levels, so I just don't feel anywhere near as crowded. Like I can literally get my entire forearm resting on the desk, without being, and I can actually lift my desk to my chair to the height it should be at for me. So I feel so much more comfortable using it. So that's 10. I'm just going up to 20. That's the sign there to disregard. That means disregard an AWS. So I just automatically want to see that. I'll just work the AWS and clear them. So that's what that's why I just didn't even. I completely ignored the AWS and just cleared it. So I've got our tuck light bag down there. Those bags are horrible, but also really great, and I really miss mine. Had to give it back when I left Limo. Thing is, if it wasn't company branded, I would have asked to keep it and just have it deducted from my final paycheck. Because they were, because it'll be 50 or 60 quid, but they're just nice bags, They're awful, but also nice. It's difficult to explain. It's difficult to explain. So I've just got. I'm not trying to power in. And that's another disregard. Disregard the AWS. So I'm going to knock myself into coast now. Here is the sign for Lymmington Pier. Giving it 2 tones because I'm a fun driver like that. You can see the side there. So I'm going to, just because we are drawing up to a terminus here, I'm going to start speed at about 10 miles an hour. And then I'm going to just coast into the buffers here. And so you got a sand trap there, so I'm not really sure what that's meant to do. If you hit that going fast enough, you're just going through the buffers, but I'm going to stop on the 4-car marker again, as we are a 3-car. All that remains for us is to shut our cab down and do one last thing, which is change our head code back to Brockenhurst, because we'll be going back there in a few moments. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. We'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Yes, I just turned the wipers on there by accident. Oopsie.